So what are the features of this AWS, right? So we can say AWS is more secure, it's more easy to use, it's more scalable, it's more flexible, it's more cost effective, right? Okay, we can say a lot about of terms, okay, this is this and so much, and but how it actually makes an impact on the AWS cloud, right? When we are talking about security is one of the main concerns when we are dealing with our servers within the AWS cloud, because apart from on-prem servers, right, we don't have physical access to our servers. So security is something that Amazon takes onto one of the most priority things, and they are following all the compliances and security patterns for storing and dealing with our data. They have regular audits and security certifications that's been done on their data centers by the government agencies, and also they are following the HIPAA compliance for storing the medical data. So all these compliances and audits and certifications helps to understand that the data what we have been storing on the cloud is being stored securely and safely. That's what the secure stands for. And the second thing is easy to use, is flexible. So for example, if you want to write a code, for example, if you want to write a Python application, you have the capability within the Amazon Web Services to use Lambda. This is a service that you can use Lambda as a code. You don't need to worry about the backend server. You just need to write a Python code saying that publish a hello world, or create an image of yourself, or display like that. You can create your web server like that. If you want to create on Python, you have the offer to create it on Python. For example, if you want to create it in another language, you still have the freedom to use and switch to another language like Ruby, on the Rails, Go, stuff like that. So it's not like we are instant attached to only one option. We have numerous options within the Amazon Web Services. That's why it's more open and flexible. That's why it comes into more easy to use and flexible thing. The scalable thing is the most important factors of an comes to a cloud computing ideology. So scalable in the sense, if I have one server and I'm getting a numerous amount of traffic on my server, right? And my server is only able to handle about 100 requests per minute. And all of a sudden, my request increases and it's went 200 to 150 and 200. And what happens in my on-prem system is like, I can't do any manual changes. I need to spin up a new machine manually. I need to make it up and make them to distribute the traffic. But within the Amazon Web Services, like, it's instant. If you see that you need to launch a new service, or you want to do some kind of scalable actions to boost your web server performance, it's instant. You don't need to wait for a long time for getting those services up and running like what we have in the on-premise world. So it's literally like you can launch a couple more instances of the same type, or literally you can increase the instance type. The instance type is literally like the server's configuration. For example, if you're running a 16 GB RAM server and it want to increase to 32 GB, it can be done on an instant basis. You just need to right click, change the RAM size, reboot the machine, done. Your server is up and running. You'll be able to handle that much amount of load. So that's the amount of scalability what we are getting within the Amazon Web Services. That's not something that's possible within the on-prem servers. So these are the main reasons, right? These companies and all the multinational companies, from small startups to big ones, are moving to cloud because of all these options that they can use to grow. And of all these, the most important thing is a cost-effective one. So talking about the cost, right? So for Amazon Web Services, it's not like we are going to pay for everything what we are going to use. There are some services within Amazon that they used to provide us free tier. For example, as I told you before, for Lambda, right? Lambda is for running a code of our own. You won't believe that we used to have like 1 million Lambda invocation free for your first usage. I mean, 1 million invocation is totally free. I mean, we don't need to pay anything on that part. After we bypass that 1 million threshold, then only the bill cycle starts to kick in. It's not the same case for all the services, but it's different. Some services will have only one-time use, one-time free usage, and after that we need to pay for it. And some services have these kinds of free threshold, and some services they don't have have any at all. So when talking and seeing from a cost perspective, Amazon Web Services and this cloud computing, all these services are very effective compared to what we have out on the on-prem on the back days. For example, I just have a server that I am running an e-commerce website, right? I only usually used to get traffic between my morning time from 8 a.m. to, let's say, like 10 p.m. at night. From 11 p.m. to morning 7 a.m., the server is instantly idle and no request, literally no request, which means zero request is coming to the server. If I'm running it on-prem, I need to pay for all the services and the cost that's been running for 24/7, right? But if it's in the AWS services, we can leverage the services to make this server shut down if there is no request for a specific time, and make it up when there are more requests coming in based on our requirements. So that kind of scaling actions, everything we can leverage to help us to achieve most of this cost effective method within the Amazon Web Services. So that's the beauty of cloud computing. That's what Amazon Web Services is providing. That's why it's marked as one of the top in this world as a cloud providers. So these are the main features within these Amazon Web Services.